Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since the video came out. This is like the first one of the week. Yeah. So, well, first off, thanks for tuning in, watching. If you missed me, I apologize for being away so long, but yeah, it's Wednesday. Good day at the office. It is the day before Thanksgiving Eve. And yeah, life is good. Life is good. So, in case you're wondering as to why there's been a lack of videos this week, my reasoning is that I want to begin to make bigger and bigger changes with this channel. If you're a loyal fan and you've been here a while, you might recall that weeks ago I said that I'm gonna go from making 5 videos a week to on average 3. And so I've been doing 3 videos a week on average for the past couple of weeks, past few months. And it's been good, but what I want to start to transition into now is really just focusing more on not a specific number of videos per week, but really just making, say, one of these car talk videos just whenever I have a good series of thoughts that I feel I could toss out to you guys that, as always, are very impactful and positive for me, and I feel would be the same to you guys as well. So that's what I want to start doing. I'm kind of re-entering a little bit of a experimental phase, if you will. And so that's what I want to do. That's what I want to try experimenting with for the time being, Not, just going to work, of course, my 2 days of the week, but, whenever else I feel I either should or I just want to. But from there, just make a video whenever I feel like I have some good stuff to share with you guys. I've learned a lot in this whole journey so far, and I'm so grateful and happy for it all. And I want to keep making changes and keep taking steps in the right direction and keep growing all this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, not just shorten up these car talk kind of videos on a weekly basis, but really just also start to expand into other things too. Not have this whole channel just be me sitting in my car driving home from work. I want to expand into other stuff too. More sit down stuff, maybe stuff with, say, like whiteboards and it's all kind of revolving around the same theme of, thoughts that I have and ideas and whatnot as to how to make my life better and more enjoyable and all that stuff. And, equally giving that same dialogue and kind of info to you guys as well. So, just growing things and taking steps forward and making changes. And to be honest, the reason why I'm making all these changes, I'm deciding to, branch off and again, make all these changes, is I've been feeling a little like out of tune with, not just myself and my daily life, but with, this whole thing too. And I didn't really take that. I noticed it, I felt it, and I made myself aware of it. but I didn't necessarily take it as like a negative thing, me feeling kind of out of tune with everything. I more kind of perceived it as, I've just reached a point again where I've grown and I'm ready for more change and to take on more growth. That's really what I felt at the core. On the surface, it felt like I kind of felt a little like weird and out of tune with kind of everything in a way. But when I kind of took a step back and took a moment to catch up with myself and have a little conversation with myself, it was really at the core more of a feeling and really more of a desire of wanting to take on new things and more things and different things. So that's what I'm doing. So I guess that's a good message to spread with you guys. If you ever feel out of tune with yourself, with the world around you, just take a step back and check in on yourself. Do a little analysis of what exactly is going on in your life and what you like and what you don't like, what you prefer and what you don't prefer. And yeah, just ask yourself, what you can do differently, from not only a day-to-day basis, but really what you can do differently holistically. And what you can do and what you must do to put yourself back on that track and get yourself back in tune and keep taking steps forward and keep getting closer to what your ultimate goals are at the end of the day. And again, I think you'll find that when you feel out of tune with everything, it's not a negative thing. It's really just a sign. It is really the telltale sign that you're ready to move on. You learned, you grew, and now you're ready to make changes and to learn and grow some more, and to keep taking steps forward and to take new steps forward at that. So again, it's all good at the end of the day. It's all good. So just to bring it back, that's what I'm doing as well. Yeah, so this is the one car talk video of the week. I'm gonna start expanding into gonna start expanding into more stuff too concerning this YouTube thing. TikTok's kind of TikTok right now. How do I say this? I'm going to be quicker in editing and uploading TikToks. It's something that I should do more, and I should have more motivation for. But really, the way I've always seen everything is that TikTok's more of my interest and what I kind of hold more of a priority and what I care more about compared to, say, TikTok. So you'll still get your TikTok videos. Can't promise when exactly, but believe me, I'm still churning them out. But again, my main emphasis is just this channel. So again, apologies for not getting that many videos up this week. You're only getting the one, but just know that changes are coming, and very good changes at that, and I look forward to it a lot. So I hope you do as well. I'm excited to see what the future holds with all this. So yeah, what I want to talk about today was I had a little bit of a deep series of thought, and it kind of opened my eyes a little more into everything, if that makes sense. But what I was thinking about today was really looking at everything from the internal to the external. And what I was thinking about more in depth was separating the internal from the external. The internal is you and your mind and your soul, and the external is everything around you. Your life, your world, your reality, whatever it is you want to call it. And the thing that I was thinking about was that the external just doesn't exist. It's only the internal that exists. When you take a moment to really truly separate yourself from the external, separate the internal from the external, you'll see that everything, not just your internal, but also, again, your life, the world around you, and your reality, it's all just internal. Everything is just you in your mind. And it's gonna kind of sound crazy to say, but hopefully you stick with me, is that I know there's always been that kind of argument, and you can call it a joke or not if you want, I don't know, but there's always been that one little argument that we live in a simulation. And I think in a way it's kind of true. And I don't mean we're we're in the Matrix and we're hooked up to these machines and we're living inside this video game, but it's been something that I've been hearing more and more, and as I've been hearing it more and more, and I've had more time to kind of think on it and digest it a little bit, that I'm really starting to see it as true, really, that this whole thing is just a simulation. And again, I know this sounds crazy, so just hear me out, but it's like a simulation. It's also like a hologram in a way, and it has to do with exactly what I'm kind of rambling on to you guys about, with this whole internal versus external, and how your internal is literally everything. And what I mean by that is that your entire external, everything, surrounding it, concerning it, within it, all that, your entire external is nothing more than the projection of your internal. It's kind of like a hologram. That's why I say a hologram. It's like a hologram of whatever's going on internally, within you. So to dive a little deeper into that, what I really mean is that the world around you and your life and your reality is really just a projection of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and really just your level of energy and your state of being, and all that stuff is internal. It's within you. So what that then leads to, in theory, is that by controlling yourself internally, by controlling your internal, you then also have a direct control and a direct correlation with your external, with your life and your world and your reality. All your problems and all the barriers that you have in your life, they're not there. It sounds crazy, but they're not there. They're not real. It's all just imagination and illusion, and it's all just stuff inside of your head. It's all just stuff in your internal that you created and you allow to stay within your internal, and thus, it kind of appears to you outside of yourself in your external. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, probably for a lot of people. I was definitely one of those people for a long time, honestly, kind of like up to today. But I really do think that it's true. Like if your mind and your thoughts are all just nothing but, negativity and things of fear, worry, doubt, problems, barriers, and really just all that kind of negative stuff. If that's what's inside of you all the time, that's what's in your mind, that's what's concerning your thoughts, and that's what your internal is, all that negative stuff, then that's exactly what you're going to project into your outer world, into the external. Because that's what your whole perception is of everything. If your perception is that everything is, bad and negative and holding you back and not letting you do the things you want to do, if that's what's going on inside your head all the time, then it's kind of almost by law that's exactly what your life and your world and your reality is going to show, on the external. But, and this is a big but, but vice versa, if you've trained your mind and you've reached the point where your entire internal is nothing but positive stuff, free of all fear, doubt, worry, problems, barriers, and negativity, it's nothing but good stuff on the inside, then that's exactly what you're going to experience on the outside. That's exactly what you're going to project into the external, and into your world and your life and your reality. So I hope this is beginning, at least, to make sense that, in a way we do live in a simulation, and it's all just a hologram in a way. And again, I know if it's your first time hearing that, you probably think I'm nuts and I should be put in a mental facility, and I don't know. You might have a point, but I do think it is pretty interesting to think about it, and I do think that there is a lot more to all this stuff in this topic than, what lies on the surface. So that was what crossed my mind today. Again, I made a video because I thought it was a very good and a very impactful series of thoughts that I had that honestly kind of changed my whole outlook on things, and for the better, to say the least. And I feel like it would also help you guys out a lot too. So here I am back making one of these videos. And yeah, again, all these thoughts and, these deeper thoughts I sometimes have that I share, they all just relate back to, what my main message is of this whole channel and all this content that I go out and make and share with you guys. There's a lot more to it than you think. There's a lot deeper levels of understanding to everything than you think, and there's a lot more than just what lies on the surface with all of our lives. There's many more states of consciousness to reach, and much higher quality lives to live. And again, it all just ties back to what's going on internally. What's going on the inside. What the state of your mind is. What are the quality of the thoughts that you're having? Your life will rise and fall only ever to the level of your thoughts. And if you take a second to kind of think about that. I really have no arguments against that. I really do believe that it's true. It's one of the most true, it's one of the most true things I've heard in all my life, is that, you know, your life will rise and fall only ever to the level of your thoughts. And what goes on internally will directly affect and really create and project what goes on externally. You know, good thoughts will create good realities, and vice versa. Bad thoughts will create bad realities. And because you are the one in control of your mind and no one else, you know, it is ultimately your responsibility at the end of the day to sort everything out, you know. Life's this big thing where, you know, eventually we kind of open our eyes and awaken ourselves to all this stuff around us, and from there, you know, it's on us to unlearn all the things that don't help us and hold us back, and to relearn all this new stuff that will, you know, step by step, day by day, rebuild our lives and our ways of being to reflect a much higher quality of life. And that, you know, cycle continues, and, you know, some people have it easier than others, but it's something that we all have to do, you know, and once you kind of embrace it and you start making progress, it really kind of becomes a beautiful journey. You know, this whole process of unlearning and relearning, and then unlearning some more and relearning, and you keep doing that, and you keep taking steps forward, and you keep learning more about, you know, yourself and the world around you, and really just making the distinction between the internal and the external, and maximizing the internal, so then you thus maximize the external. It's all really cool, really interesting, really beautiful stuff, if you ask me. So yeah, that's my message for the day. Just remember, there's a lot more to it than you think. Remember to just separate yourself, internal from external. And if your life isn't what you want it to be right now, then fix what's going on internally, you know. Plant those seeds and water them, and you know, slowly grow your garden, and keep out and rid it of all the weeds and negative stuff that may try to enter there. And I think you'll find that very quickly, once you make all this positive change to the internal, that the external is going to follow very soon, very, very soon. So yeah, just remember all that, and yeah, just remember to make changes in your life. You know, change is good. Change is the only constant, and change is good. So embrace it and seek it out and look to make it more often. So yeah, with all that, not sure when we'll talk again, but whenever we do, we will talk. So be well until then.